I left at halftime, huh? Appreciate your loyalty.
Coach, you guys go down 22 points in the middle of the third quarter, I believe. Just what does it take to sort of sustain a comeback like that? I know you guys were down by the same versus Phoenix.
Well, let's be honest. That first half, we were awful. And, I asked our players, at halftime, there was no rah-rah speech. I didn't break any backboard or clipboards or anything. And the only thing that changed was, we finally started playing hard. There's hopefully you can notice it, a noticeable difference first half and second half with their energy and our effort and how much we cared. And, I thought Jamal Murray the second half, I thought Nikola Jokic second half, as well as everybody else that contributed to the comeback win. But we just started playing harder than them. And in the first half, we were on our heels. Midway through the third quarter, like I said, fellas, we can't trade baskets when you're down by 20. Something's got to improve. And then we finally got defense into the game, held them to 21 points in the fourth quarter, got out and ran, took care of the ball. And I think second half, they only had 2 fast break points, which was an issue in that halftime. So, I thought Nikola and Jamal kind of led the charge, and guys off the bench. I thought CB, Peyton, Reggie, Zeke, their defense and energy as well in that end of third going into the fourth quarter was terrific.
How would you describe Jamal's ability to sort of turn it on after a quiet stretch? He'll have some of these games, I don't think he scored until about a minute left in the first half this time. It seems like he has kind of a knack for turning it on when he needs to, whenever that may be.
Yeah, he has a knack, and he's a guy that literally he just needs to see one go in. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's shooting into a big basket. But I felt like, not just, you mentioned the shot man, he had 12 assists tonight, 1 turnover. The pass to KCP for a 3, the pass to Michael Porter for a 3. Yes, he's having a game, but that's really important where you can have a game scoring. Next thing you know, you get 2 guys on you and have the courage to give the ball up and trust your teammates. That's such an important part of his game. And 26 and 12, 5 boards, 2 blocks. And Nikola, the 35, 17, 12, 6 steals and 2 blocks. Those guys just were incredible in the second half. Do I like the fact that we didn't play at all in the first half? No. But I'm really proud with our guys having the courage to not let go and just, all right, let's get ready for Miami. We stayed with it. And there was never any panic, which is what I loved about it as well.
Do you think the first half was a little bit of a hangover, maybe even to that second half against Utah?
Could have been. I think maybe a carryover from that game, where obviously we did not play anywhere close to our standards, and then find out a few hours before the game that Emmanuel Quickly is out, Gary Trent is out, Chris Boucher is out. And then all of a sudden, and Scotty Barnes is already out, Jakob Poeltl is out. And I think sometimes it's human nature, and part of coaching is trying to fight human nature, is, okay, we're pretty good at home, we'll get this one. But you got to earn it. Showing up is never going to win you a game. You have to earn each and every win. And fortunately, in that second half, we had enough fight in us to go out there and earn it and take that game.
The unwavering belief and confidence that your team has, that the guys have, where do you think that comes from, to be down 22 and to very, very much believe that you guys could come back or that you're still in the game?
Yeah, I think it comes down to been there, done that. Yeah, it's it's the one thing, if you've never been down 20 and come back and won, you'd be like, oh, can we really do this? There's a little bit of doubt there. For our guys, I don't think there's any doubt at all. I think we know that we're always within striking distance when we defend, as well as I know we can. And then offensively, we're capable of putting up big numbers in a hurry, especially when you're getting stops. That's the defense is kind of what starts all that. So again, we had 21 more fast break points tonight, which is right what we're averaging now in the 10 games since the All-Star break, which is just an incredible number for us. But I think the confidence comes from the experience and knowing that, whether it's at Golden State or whatever, any game you can go back and look at, Katie, we've come back and won games before, so there's never any doubt, there's never any quit.
In the first half, when you said there obviously wasn't much going, to still have that interior connection, the high-low between Jokic and AG, what does that say about their connection, that that find is kind of always there no matter how much everything else is kind of struggling?
Well, yeah, there's comfort. That comfort comes from, repetitions, over, years. You just don't build that, in one season. That connectivity and chemistry that you mentioned is just built over many, many moments on the court together. And whether you're down 22 or you're up 6, up 30, I think that doesn't affect that chemistry. And the confidence that each of those two has in each other and everybody else in the court. I think those two passes that Jamal made, the KCP 3 was huge. The Michael Porter 3 was huge. And, that I'm really proud of that, because that shows that our guys, no matter what's going on, they continue to trust in each other. And that's such an important, intangible trait to have.
Do you feel that trust is different than what it's been maybe last year or previous years with Jamal?
I wouldn't say different, but you look what he did in the finals, man. He averaged 21, 10, and 6, and I think he put on the biggest stage in the world for the NBA. He showed that I can kill you with scoring, I can kill you with playmaking, and I can also guard and rebound. So I can affect the game across the board. But so I think it's part of it's Jamal, just continued maturation and development. And I'm not just a scorer, man. I can make the right plays and make the right reads. And I think he's just confident, like he knows that, hey, I can get my shot, but I also have a responsibility to make all my teammates better and read the game. And I think Jamal Murray is doing that at an incredibly high level.
One more? I know now is probably not the game that you want to talk about, defense giving up 119, but Joker getting 6 steals and 2 blocks in a game like tonight. Just what can you say about his activity level and just what happens when he really turns it on?
Yeah, it's a difference maker. That allowed us, it wasn't just Nikola, but Nikola's activity in the paint. What gets tiresome is like the people criticize Nikola's defense because he doesn't average 3 blocks a game. But if you really are a basketball purist and you watch the game and you see he's got some of the best hands in the NBA, bar none. I think he's top 5 or 6 in deflections per game. He breaks up passes with his feet. He had a big block at the end, going up, getting vertical. So he's never going to, out-athleticize anybody, but he is going to outsmart you. Tremendous anticipation, great hands, and I think one of the most underrated defenders in the entire NBA.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks.